1959, a man and woman reviewed drawings.
You want to reduce the CO2 buildup.
We need a better safety margin. The crew can tolerate a short-term increase, but...
Engineering? Morning, Betty. What, right now?
Scene change. The engineers step into a warehouse.
Building 36?
I didn't even know there was a Building 36.
People check quietly in the
Must
room.
be important. Everyone's here. We got propulsion, aerothermal, flight dynamics.
Anyone know why we're here?
For this.
From above their heads, a model aircraft flies in and lands at their feet. A smiling man descends the stairs.
Good morning. We're going to create America's next spacecraft.
He demonstrates using the model aircraft.
It's going to launch like a rocket and land like an airplane, and it's going to be reusable.
Can't do that with a rocket.
It's not a rocket. It's a shuttle.
The smiling man propels the model through the air. Artist drawings of shuttle concepts flash by, illustrating many versions and changes through the design phase. Scene change. 2 years later, May 1971. A man leads a meeting of the engineer team.
Now it's time to go to the next step. From sketch pad to launch pad. Going to the moon was a camping trip. Now our job is to work and live in space. This vehicle has to do something that we have never done before. Perform 4 key tasks and be able to do them over and over again. There is nothing easy about putting a ship back up into space, let alone a whole fleet of ships. But first, let's talk about the launch. We have never designed engines and vehicles that can be reused. But we will, and once we're in orbit, we go to work. We want to take all kinds of cargo up there in addition to the people. Science labs, satellites, even a space station. And when all the work is done, we got to bring everybody back home. All right now. The country's waiting. Let's build ourselves a space shuttle.
Models are tested. One model deploys a landing parachute in flight. The landing fails. Scene change. NASA contractor office, June 1971. A man with a notebook approaches a colleague at the water cooler.
It's too big, it's too heavy. We're launching one spaceship on the back of an even bigger one.
The colleague sketches an idea.
Split the booster into its pieces.
Another man approaches.
Rockets, fuel tank.
It's supposed to be reusable. How do we get all those parts home?
What if we just throw the fuel tank away?
He tosses a cup in a trash can. Construction and testing advance the solid rocket boosters and external tank. The shuttle begins to emerge. Scene change. Kennedy Space Center, April 1972. A manager and an executive examine technical diagrams.
We're adding all new processes, procedures, manuals. We've never had to reuse a ship before.
We're also going to have to build some really big garages.
Sir, what if she lands somewhere other than Florida? How does she get back here? It's a glider.
Buy her a plane ticket home.
A miniature shuttle attached to a remote-controlled 747 model climbs into the air. Subsequent images reveal actual landing tests of the shuttle Enterprise. Scene change. NASA Ames Research Center, February 1973. An engineer shows his team a picture of a heat shield.
Ablative heat shields are heavy, and they burn up on re-entry. We need a more reusable solution.
He changes to a technical drawing.
Silica foam tiles. Thousands of them. Fitted together in one lightweight, reusable heat shield.
Individual tiles are processed from silica foam, numbered, installed, and undergo testing with failing results. During one test, the shuttle's main engine explodes. Scene change. Johnson Space Center, March 1979. A man at his desk addresses 5 engineers.
Another holdup with the engines? Tell me some good news with the tiles.
The heat shield bond keeps failing. The tiles keep falling off.
So another delay. How long? How long?
1.5 to 2 years.
The man looks out his office window.
Well, this is going to be fun to tell my boss. Everybody get back to work.
Final testing and preparation of the shuttle and its astronauts move forward. Following many failures, the main engine tests succeed. In the vehicle assembly building, the shuttle is hoisted and transported to the launch pad as the astronauts suit up. The shuttle stands ready. Scene change, Kennedy Space Center, April 12, 1981. The original man and woman stand outside a building.
Years.
Yep.
2 astronauts come out of the building.
How do you feel?
I'll let you know
The astronauts step into a van.
when they come home.
TV newscaster.
The President's message said, "You go forward this morning on a daring enterprise, and you carry the hopes and prayers of all Americans with you." And astronaut John Young, the commander of the mission, replied, "That's a right fine speech. We sure appreciate it."
The space shuttle stands poised for takeoff. The mission patch, reading Columbia, Young, Crippen, appears on screen with the date, April 12, 1981.